Hello, welcome to the video. I'm Pete. I buy stuff cheap, sell it a little bit more expensive on eBay. I mean, you know, people pay me to source the goods basically because they haven't got the time to trudge around car boot sales. Well, I have because it's my job. So, without further ado, it's Wednesday. I'm back from the car boot sale in Walton Street Hull. If you can hear it droning in the background, it's a fan. Put the fan on because it is sweltering hot, longest day of the year, probably the hottest day of the year up to now, and God, I need it, you know? So you're going to have to put up with a bit of droning noise. It's a big 25-inch fan that I bought from B&Q last year, and it's absolute godsend. So this is Sundays, then followed by Wednesdays. Right, I've waffled enough. I'm going to go straight into Sundays. I'm not going to tell you too much about it for each item. I'm just going to hold it up, describe it, tell you the price because there's a lot to get through. Okay, so my charity stall that I always go to, 2 quail pussycats, Prue, a bit bigger, and Percy, £1 each. That should go for maybe 13, 14, this one maybe 7 or 8. These are over £20 each, brand new. And let's face it, it's ceramic. There's no damage to them, so they're exactly the same as brand new. Right, about half of this stock came from one stall. I did buy it in several chunks because she was clearing some crafting gear from an elderly relative that had passed away, and she was absolutely swamped. There was no way I was going to be able to make a deal and pick it all, so I just picked what I wanted that was decent and resaleable as new or virtually new. There was a lot, and early on in the boot sale the people around it were like gannets. So we're going to go straight into it. One of the first things I got were all these, they're clear stamps, and actually these aren't clear but they're rubber stamps by Creative Expressions. This one's Debbie Moore Designs, and these are Daisy and Dandelion. They all go for about £3 or £4 plus delivery online, and there's 10 of those that I got for 20p each, £2 for the 10. She did have some other things as well as the crafting gear, which I'm going to show you now. A TV wall mount for £1, brand new in the box. They're always handy. Some LED lights. There's a power supply that has to be wired in. They're wired in lights, and the little, if you can see, square. I might open one actually. They're little plinth lights. Downwards or upwards is fine on these. Where is it? You've got a power supply, a little clear thing with LEDs in, and a little sort of brushed stainless steel mount, and a power supply for the next one. And they can be daisy chained or supplied separately. And that was, I think that was £1. Right, we're getting on to the crafting gear now. 3 Cuttlebug embossing, they call them folders because they're folded together on frame like that. This is part of the actual item. You put your paper in there and run it through a Cuttlebug press, and it cuts and embosses shapes. They're about 10 and 6, but I got the 3 for 20p each. 20p is a bit of a theme on these things. I got all these. These are exactly the same type of thing, but they've got a foam safety back on a plastic back front, so they will cut paper, and it's called Ellison Design, and you run them into the same type of thing, a press, which runs through, and I got 10 unopened ones and 3 opened ones, 20p each, but I lumped some together and she gave me extra discounts on this lot, so they're under 20p each. And then I lumped that with these. These are larger versions of the same thing for a bigger press. There's a picture of the press there. And these are what it cuts out, starships. This one cuts out a sort of folding envelope. This one's hearts. This one's frame board type of things. And this one's another envelope shape. Well, these are going for £10 or £11 delivered. And they cost me £1 each. But she gave me extra discount on top of this. Ellison Design, again, the same as the little cutout things. These are full alphabet, if you open this. Each one of these has a capital and a small letter for a particular type of alphabet. A to Z. This alphabet's called Curly Girly. And these are fetching between £16 and £20 new, or £10 to £15 used. I've seen them going lower than that, but they cost me £1. And I got 2 of those. She also had these border punches. You can punch paper or card along the border. You line the paper or card up on the actual punch it, and then move it along, and as long as it's lined up with the background up here, this bit punches and it fits, and you can go along the whole edge of the paper. These are £7 or £8 each. They cost me 50p each, so I bought all the ones she had. Basically, there's this lot, and these. There is another one the same size which has broken the clasp at the back. It's just the bit that holds it when it's not in use. I'll take it out actually. You put your paper in there, press it, but you see this one's been clamped to the back, it's broken. This probably isn't worth as much as any of the others, but I paid the same money for those. They were 50p each. These were £1 each, the larger version, and I got 3 of those. So these should fetch £7 each, possibly a bit more. These should fetch 5, and I got 13 of those. So the whole lot, actually I haven't worked out the whole lot. I worked them out on an individual basis because that's how I paid her individually. The success punches, that's these, EK Success. These cost me £7 for 14, and that included the larger ones. And when it should have been 6 and 3, so 9. She charged me 7. Where are we? The Creative Expression stamps at 20p each. She charged me 5 instead of 7 for all the stamps and all these. And oh, she didn't give me any discount on the LED lights on the TV wall bracket. Oh, and something else I bought off her is this. It's called a Xyron and it's a printer. There's a print head there. You turn it on, it turns on, and you run it along the paper and it prints. Well, I've had a go at it and it doesn't. Mainly because it might be low power, or it might be because the print head's run out of ink, I don't know. There's a print head there, and when you open it, there's an ink. There we go. There's an ink head. You can take it out. It basically looks like a Canon cartridge, but it says it's an Iron black print cartridge. I've had a look online to try and find them. You can get them in the States from people who are selling off old stock. It looks like the actual print heads have been discontinued. And without them, this is a brick. But what came with it is these little discs. Let me open this bag. They're not discs, they're SD cards. They call them discs. Maybe originally the software was on a disc, and each one of these is a new font for the printer. You can type in, not on this, on a little handheld thing that's not with this, what you want it to print, and it'll print it. Or the starter one has pre-made signs. But basically, this is a new font, this is a new font, this is a new font. I've got 12 fonts, and these are selling for about £5 each. So my money's safe when I've paid a £5 for this and all the fonts and the instruction manual. So I've got like 3 fonts in each bag. Yeah, so there's about 60 quid's worth of fonts, but I think this is a bit of a dud. But it's fine, because when I bought this, I got the 60 quid's worth of fonts. Right, that's all the crafting gear. So we've done the little catties. So the rest's pretty straightforward stuff, what I normally pick up. I got a Frank Meadows Sutcliffe picture of Whitby for £1. It's a nice one. It's called the Opal of Whitby, and the boat rather is the Opal, and it was built in Greenock in 1845 and first registered in 1865. So that sort of dates it. And yeah, that was £1. PS3 game, £1. Got this nice colour changing light. I won't plug it in, but basically it's a Philips Hue bulb, which changes all the different colours from like dark blue to purple to yellow to red to green. Dark blue, red, orange, yellow, green, rainbow type of thing. And what you do is you put your finger on it and you run it along like that. Finger there. Run it along, and the colour changes to whatever you want, and then you just leave it lighting up whatever you fancy, basically. It's quite bright, and that costs £2, but I've already put it up for £22. So hopefully, even with discounts or taking offers on it, I won't have any trouble with that. This Tupperware box cost £1. I shouldn't have bought it really. It's a low value thing, but if it doesn't sell, I'll keep it. Whoops! Quite nice for dips. You can use the lid as a biscuit barrel. A tray to serve things on. That was £1. Don't know why I picked it up really. I've got another one that's larger that I haven't been able to sell yet. But that's not a problem really. I got an Now TV with a charger this time, and I made sure it was the right charger, and it is. This is working perfectly. I've tested it. It's already listed. It's got one of those. The Now TV, what was it? That cost £2, and I've listed it for 15 plus delivery. I got a Roberts speaker, Pillow Talk. The idea is you just plug it in your mobile phone, your radio, your cassette player, whatever, anything that'll take a 3.5mm jack, and you can put it under your speaker, under your pillow at night, and only you can hear it. You know, anybody sleeping next to you won't be able to hear it, or it's nice and sort of muted to help you get to sleep. Quite a good idea, actually. That's new in the box, and that cost £2 as well. I've listed that for 15. Bit of a fail. Downton Abbey, £2. Series 1 to 4. Now, normally you would say, well, £2 isn't bad considering it's sealed. But it seems like a lot of the plastic inside the boxes is broken, which means that the discs might be moving about on their own. And I didn't even think about that when I picked it up. I just picked it up and I didn't shake it. You don't shake things to see whether they rattle. And then it went straight in the bag once I bought it for £2. They offered 3 and I said, will you take 2? And they said, yeah. Snapped my hand off, in fact. But you never even think about it at the time. But yeah, a normal bit of rattling you'd expect, but when you hear these little bits rattling about inside, now I've got a dilemma. Do I open it, check all the discs, and reduce the value by half to the point where I'm probably only going to make £1 on it, and do all the effort anyway of photography, or sell it as it is and say, oh, the plastic must have broken in delivery? Now, I personally am leaning towards the first one. I don't like to disappoint customers. I've done it plenty of times with sealed video games, as long as they're not like £65 video games. Open them to check the discs, because if they're rattling about like that, they could easily be scratching on against the hard plastic. The plastic's normally, of the cases, is softer than the actual discs, but you just never know. So I think I'll probably have to open it. So it's a bit of a fail. Never mind. What isn't a fail are these, and you've seen me say this in the last couple of videos, Freeview and Freesat boxes. So I've got a Goodman's Freeview, new and sealed. This one was £2.50 and should probably go for £19–20. That might be delivered price actually. This Dion, I'll show this. This is new in the box, and this is I think this is Freeview actually. Yes, it is. New in the box. There we go. With its clean plastic covers, manuals, power supply, remote. I tested to see if it would turn on. It turns on. I haven't plugged it in and tested everything else because it's brand new. It should be fine. Sold it as brand new and it's already gone. So that's going out this morning. This is on Monday, I think. One of the first things I did was list all the stuff that was easy to list from this pile. Haven't got around to the crafting gear yet. Done the Roberts, done the I haven't done Downton. I've done all these electrical bits. And that's gone for, I think that went for £15 plus delivery. So, yeah. And then there's Goodman's Freesat, which I've bubble wrapped because I've tested this already, works fine. And that was Goodman's, where are we? Goodman's Freesat was £1. I've got that listed for £19.99. I'll happily take offers on that though. And then I've got a Goodman's low energy. Oh, I've shown you that, haven't I? This is a Goodman's Freeview, brand new. I'll tell you a little story about that in a second. I got a camping gas. It's just the burner, no box, no tin, but it's brand new in its box, old stock. The box is a bit crumpled, So I've taped it all up, which I wouldn't really normally do with something that was a vintage box, but literally it was falling to bits and it wouldn't have survived another 15 minutes around something. So I've taped it along the edge, taped it across the bottom, and that keeps it steady for the top to go in nicely. And I've got that up for, that cost me £1. Another thing that cost me £1 was this. Dirty, but it'll clean up. It'll have to go into another pile because I've got 4 from the latest Mario Kart game. I've got 4. A 5th one's not going to help because you know, 4 people playing Mario Kart on one kart game, it makes sense, but 5 doesn't. I paid £2 for this. This is a heavy duty drill bit set for an SDS drill. Quite chunky, but this used to be my meat and potatoes when I was a tool seller. This sort of set I would sell, not this particular one, because this is Parkside, that's Aldi, would be going for £12 or £15 maybe plus delivery. It's quite chunky, so you're looking at £6 delivery. It cost me £2. If I sell this for £12, I'm making a good return on my £2, and it's an easy sell because they're all brand new inside. Peppa Pig, guess who? This would have been an easy sell. I paid £1 for it. Unfortunately, 2 of the little doors, they're not missing, they're broken, which is worse than missing, because it gives you the feeling that they weren't broken when you got it, and when I shoved it in the back of the car, maybe a couple of the doors were back on themselves and I broke it myself. I don't know. They may have been broken when I bought it. Hard to tell, really. So that's like spares and repairs now. I might keep it just in case I get another one and replace the doors. I certainly wouldn't buy the doors separately and get them delivered and pay the delivery fee in order to be able to set up a £1 box. I'd rather just wait it out, or I don't know, do something with it. I wouldn't donate that. To the side, I got a Xbox Infinity. Paid £2, which is £1 too much, but it opened the door for me looking around the rest of the stall, which is where I'm coming to next. I paid £2 for this, give him the cash, and then started looking at all his electrical gears. I looked at his, he had a couple of, he had a hi-fi, but he wanted too much for it. He had a really nice DVD recorder with a hard drive, and I was talking to him, I talked him round, I tried to anyway, and I said to him, how about £6? And he was like, no, what do you want for it then? £10. I'm like, thing is, this would sell for about £50 if it's all working, and I was quite clear with him, you know, I'd make a profit on it because I resell it, that's what I do. I do specialise a bit in electronics, so I know that a lot of these don't work. And you'll see on today's pickups, I picked one up for £2, very similar to what he was trying to sell me for £10. I said to him, has it got a remote? No. I said, well, the thing is, I might have to pay £8, £10, £15 for one of these remotes. And that really pushes me into the point where I can't sell it, you know, at that price, at a competitive price, you know. So I said, the best I can do is £6. No, £10. So I said to him, okay, fine, no problem. How about that thing next to him? You've seen me buy these twice this year and sell them Well, the first one I bought was £33 when I sold it, £32.99. And I gave a discount to make it £29.99 plus delivery. Now it cost me, that one cost me £4 in a charity shop. The next one cost me £2 and I got £50 for it, because the price of these, as the price of electricity has gone up, the value of these has gone up, because people want to know minute by minute how much electricity they're using. They want to know how much that fan's costing them that's in the side of the room that's blowing lovely cool air on me. Oh, lovely. The latest best price for these at the moment is £65. Now I don't expect to get that, but that's what I've listed it for, with offers. And if it hasn't sold in like the first cycle, a month, I'll start drifting it down every few days until it reaches 50. And the last one sold for 50 plus delivery, so I expect comfortably to get 50. And after arguing the toss about this DVD player, which it wasn't in really the best of conditions, quite honestly, there's some scratching on the surface, on the top surface anyway, didn't have a remote, and after arguing the toss, I said, how much is this? And he, oh, I don't know. I said to him, £2. He's, yeah, all right then, fine. Yes, it is brand new in the box. Everything's there, including the manuals and the receipts, not the receipts, all the instructions, brand new in the box. I've tested it, it's fine. So yeah, he was arguing the toss over something that would have made me maybe £25 after doing all the effort of testing a DVD player, a DVD recorder, a hard drive recorder, putting some DVDs with it, getting a remote control, checking all the electricals, then photographing and listing it and hoping for a sale, then wrapping it. This just goes in a bag and I make more money. So, would I have paid more if he'd asked for it? Yes, but he didn't. Yes, he asked me and I told him £2 and he took it. So, that's the way it goes. Monopoly. It's not in bad nick, but it's not in good nick either. There's a bit of... That's water warping, and that's crushing while being water warped. So the box isn't the best of conditions, but everything inside the box seems to be reasonably good. It'll need a wipe down. It's been stored in somebody's garage, as you can see. There's a little, as I say, where the dampness is, there's a bit of mould there and on the other side, and it's quite damaged there. But it cost me £2, so I won't be looking for the full £25 that other people are looking for on this. I'll happily sell it for, with the damage and the taping up, and well, it's not, yeah, it is tape over the surface there. I'll probably only want a tenner, if that. I don't know yet. Nothing special. My last and my biggest purchase of the day was this Hanimex projector. I started looking at it on a clearance guy's stall, and he said like £10, and I'm like, oh, really? That's heavy and hard work. But he said, oh, there's all those other bits with it. I'll show you in a sec. I'll put that down. There we go. There was a Rondex 120, that's a 120 slide frame. And it's actually got a load of slides in it, so I'll just hold it up like that. These go for about £5 or £6 plus delivery. The whole thing cost me a tenner. That's what I was trying to avoid. It doesn't really matter, but I'll probably come out of it anyway before I sell it. And that does actually fit in the projector, so I could sell them as a set, and it probably wouldn't add any value, so I'll probably sell it separate. And then there was a load of slides, found media if you like, but actually I've been through it, and most of it's just family photos. There's a full lunchbox full there, and an overfull lunchbox full there. But the lunchbox is cracked on that one, so there's no value in the box. But that was a tenner. They'll hold some sort of value, but most of them just say other family, other family, other family. There's a few that say scenery. So anyway, that was Sunday. That's the whole lot. Yeah, and that cost me £61.70 for the whole lot. So when I've reset this table, you get today's, and this lot should sell for about 600 odd. So I was very pleased with my £61 investment. It looks like a 10x sales turnover, and possibly 5-6x return for if I was to sell everything this week, which isn't going to happen. They are slow sellers, maybe more so towards Christmas because people are giving gifts to people who are crafters, and they want something, you know, that's going to cost them a fiver to get. Stocking fillers, these are ideal, £5 or £10, but they'll drift out, you know, maybe a bit of repeat customers, you never know. Right, onwards to Wednesday. Hello again, YouTube. Another hot day. I said I was going to reset the table, and I have, but it's been like 2 seconds for you. It's been nearly a full day for me. That's the way it goes sometimes, isn't it? I'd intended to do both Sunday and Wednesday's pickups on Wednesday morning. Didn't get around to it because I got some sales in. I did wrapping. I got other things going on, you know. So now it's Thursday morning. Bright, first thing, no problem. Fans on again because it's bloody hot. I'm using a coffee mug that I bought on Sunday, I forgot to mention. 50p. Very nice. It's handcrafted studio pottery, but it's not signed by anyone. No. So it's not going to be really any value to it. So I'm keeping it because it's a nice big mug. Right. While I was setting this table up this morning, these two arrived. One's a remote for something I bought last Wednesday, just a DVD player. It's for a Samsung. These are $7.50. I've started using specifically one firm for all the remotes that I can get hold of from them because they're reliable and fast, and they're normally about the cheapest on eBay, and they sell under 3 or 4 different brand names, but they all come from Dunstable. Remember the name Dunstable for your remotes, and you won't go far wrong. This is not called for or asked for, but I would reliably say if you order something, it comes in a couple of days, and yeah, I think I ordered this on Monday. It's now, no, I might have ordered it on Tuesday, it's now Thursday. And this is, like I said, something I picked up last week. It's for a Samsung 3D Blu-ray player that I've just tested. There is a remote with it, but that's the one from the week before. I know it gets confusing, but they're basically the same, so that'll go into the week before, and this one will go into that one. And then I'll have to order another one for what's in front of me. And this came as well, which is really quick, because I ordered this yesterday. Now it says Royal Mail 48. I ordered this after I'd bought this gear yesterday, and this goes with what's in front of me. So there we go. Okay, let's start with what I bought. £5 for a Snowball Ice Blue. The stand's wrong. This is a bit light and it's not tripod, but it unscrews. I'm assuming they lost the tripod or they had it on a boom arm. which is perfectly fine. Came with this, came with that stand. The stand's wrong, like I said, but it's not a problem. For a £5, this will reliably go for a minimum of a tenner, if not 15, if I was to sell it. I did actually test it out on a voiceover video that I made the other night, Tuesday night, but it was really echoey. No, it must have been last night, because I only bought this yesterday. Last night I tested this out on a voiceover video of what sold in May, and I'm going to have to redo the whole thing because although it worked with the software, it was really echoey, and that might be because it's got sort of back, and it was maybe bouncing off the wall in front of me, you know, and echoing into the back of it. But this little microphone here, you can hear that, can't you? Is a little lavalier condenser mic. Works great for me. And this only costs £7 or £8. Brand new from China. Right, that was a snowball mic. I got a Philips DT200 /05, which I think is the ear probably. Freeview recorder, not recorder, tuner, a Freeview tuner. All it does is tune for a digital picture from a normal, to go into a normal television, and that produces, you know, SCART output or aerial output to go into TV. That was £3, but they're selling for like £12 or £15 online. I got these Huggaroo. I've had these before. This one's called Embrace Unscented, and what they are is, that doesn't sound so good, does it? It sounds like it might have some loose bits in it. What they are is like grain inside sort of cushioned shoulder thing, which you wear over your shoulders. I'm going to do you know what? I think this one's leaking. It was £1, and this one's definitely leaking. It's got bits in it, grains. Yeah, it's got a hole in it, this one. Oh well, this is the sort of thing you have to check over before you sell them. That's not going to be sold by me. I suppose I could put the grains back in it and sew it up, but quite honestly, it cost £1. I'll just throw it away. This one cost £1 as well. It's the same thing. This one's got aromatherapy in it. Now the last one I bought them for £2 each, I think, and I sold them for £16. So effectively I bought this one for £2 as well. This one's sealed in the bag. There we go. Pretty handy. Yeah, it's all sealed. So that will sell for, I think the retail on them is about £32. And invariably there's a hole in the bag so that somebody could sniff it, because that's what they do with them. And then of course they're sold off as seconds or returns. And this is an Amazon return by the look of it. It's got one of those Amazon stickers on the back, and then it's got a delivery label on it. So yeah, it's an Amazon sale or purchase, and they've never used it. You put them in the microwave and you wear them over your shoulders like that. I should get £16–17 for that. I did last time, and I've sold them 4 times now, I think. Yeah. Where were we? Yeah. That's that, and that. Right. The rest all came from one stall. This lot's. The guy apologised profusely for being ADD and chatting my head off, which was fine by me. I was quite happy with that. Don't worry about it, mate. This one he wanted too much for, but he was really good on the others. So as a combined price, it wasn't bad at all. So he wanted a tenner for this, which is more than I wanted to pay. It's an LG BP250, but it came with a remote, which I tested with my phone because it had batteries in the back. Batteries. Tested it. He said that he bought that specially to sell this to make sure it was working properly, which actually looks really clean. So I could believe it. And it's not a brand stamped LG. This is LG, isn't it? Yeah. So I believe that that's a replacement for this. And he said that that was over £6. So he bought it off eBay, delivered from China or somewhere, which is fine. So he wanted a tenner, and I wasn't going to pay a tenner. But then I looked at his other stuff and we came to a deal. So we'll put that to the side for a tenner at the moment. And then I looked at this one, 3D Blu-ray, Samsung, and in fact, like I said, the remote for this that came, it's not the one for this, it's the one for the one over there, but that's a Samsung 3D as well. It's just a wider version without the corner. For some reason, that's a BD E5 5500. This is a BD H 5500. As far as I know, they've got the same software inside. It's just a different form factor, you know. Maybe they've reduced the size of the power assembly and the switching gear. There's some switches on the top here, and there's a light that comes on down here. That one says welcome and loading and all that. Well, the smaller switching gears, the smaller boxes, they don't have all that. And the latest one just has that one LED. One LED and 2 buttons, that's it. Just a minute, I'm getting a bit dry. Anyway, there's no remote for that. That was for something else. And I know how much these are costing. £6 to £7.50. So, knowing that this was going to cost £6 to £7.50 extra, I offered him 2, and he came back at 3. So that would have been 13. So I said, what about sort of 11 for the 2 of them? And we sort of haggled a bit, and he said 12 for the 2 of them. And they agreed on that, 12. And then this one, which is a bit chunky, it's quite deep and wide, and it's a bit older. It's got the SCARTs, it's got one HDMI output, but it also has component video input and output, and actually S-video there, and it doesn't have a USB port, which is a bit unusual for these. It will play Xvids and things like that, but they have to be on the disc as a DVD that you say burnt off your TV, off your computer to play them. There's no USB adapter, which is a bit of a pain because they're older, you see. But what it does do is it does a Freeview tuner. It records off your TV onto your DVD. It also does rewinds and rewritable DVDs, and it's got a hard drive in, 160 gig for recording off your TV direct onto your hard drive, and anything you like on your hard drive you want to save, you can literally direct from the hard drive onto a writable DVD. So it's quite a versatile piece of kit, and these are going for up to 60 quid. This one's got a bit of scratching on the front, and I've just looked up the remote. I'll only buy the remote if the normal functions are working. You can't do all the transfers and all the DVDing functions and like naming and titling the files and things like that without the remote, so you need a remote. But you can do a lot of basic functions, and I'll test the basic functions before I order the remote. Well, I found that you can get the remote for $8.99, but that cost me £2. So I paid him $14 for those, but I expect to spend £15 on remotes, but that will add up to 40, 35, that's 75, and probably another 45, so that's 120 for my £14 plus remotes, so maybe 30 altogether for 120 return. That's not bad. And it's only 3 sales, don't forget, 3 sales, so that's an average return of £40 on each sale, which will mean a profit margin of £30 on each sale, average. Obviously not on the smaller one. What else have we got? Oh yeah, I went to one of the electrical guys at the very end before I came home. I was only there an hour and a half. No, not even that. Maybe an hour or so. And I bought these 2 off him. DS's. A standard DS and a DSi. £6, £8. He's fairly reliable as far as things working is concerned. This one's working fine. I charged it up, and it came with a cartridge, not a very good one, 43 games or something, 42 all classics, all-time classic games. I'm going to sling in brain training, leave that cartridge in, and add in a charger cable. I actually have charged it up. It was flat. Brand new charger cable cost me £2, so that stands me £8. Brain training, it's just one of those. I've got loads of things like this just kicking about. So that maybe £8.50 if you count something for this. I was surprised. I haven't looked one up in ages because I haven't had one, and they're going for at least 30 quid in good condition. This is really nice shiny black, absolutely really nice, which is why I paid him the £6 for it, because I would never pay £6 normally for one of those like dirty manky ones that kids have been messing with. This is obviously either very lightly used or it's been owned by an adult that kept it in a box. Same with this one, in good nick. The hinges aren't damaged or worn. Doesn't have its stylus. But now I do have a charging cable, so I'll charge this up, see if it works, and it's the same sort of money, £35 maybe, for a DSi in really nice condition. As long as the screen's okay, shouldn't be a problem. We'll see how it goes. Right, that was the lot. £38 for Wednesday. And if you add that in with Sunday, which was £61.70. So that works out at £99.70. Just under £100 for the 2 days. I should get really somewhere in the region of 800 back. I'm not certain exactly. I will do some maths and it'll probably go here or here, and it's only projected. You know how it is. These maths aren't science, they're just what other people are selling for, and then 20% off for my fees. That's a projected average, which is what it's been over the last 3 months, about 20%. Sometimes it's a little bit less, sometimes it's a little bit more. I'm not talking on each individual item, I'm talking including things like promotions, and it's a scandal about the new promotion prices, but on certain items, especially in the fields that I'm selling, you have to have these items promoted, otherwise you're just not visible at all. And VAT on the promotions, and now of course VAT on the promotions on your postage on the listings. So currently eBay are charging on your listing, on your postage, and then there's VAT on their commission on your postage, and now there's VAT on their commission on the promotions on your postage as well as the item. This is a big chunk, because on these items postage can become 25% of the item, so that's a big rise in fees. Actually, it doesn't sound like it, but if you double the promotion price and then you say you have to pay it on a third more again because you're paying the postage and you're paying double, you're getting more than 1.5 times as much, and then you're paying VAT on that. Just saying. eBay got it wrong on this one, everyone's saying it, and hopefully it won't affect sales too much. Right, waffled on too much. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. If you did, that is. Don't forget to press the little bell. I will have a video of May's sales coming out very shortly using this microphone, not the ice ball thingy that I bought. I don't think there's anything wrong with the mic, it's just not right for what I was doing. Right, bye.